I can't get like a word.
This could be a good test as well.
You be careful there.
So stressful. Now. I have to never rest my arm.
You're not the wrong way here. That's dodgy as all that.
Someone catch me if he falls.
No.
There we go.
I'll break my neck.
And we've got no one from HSE here because that'll be it.
That's how that goes, isn't it?
Should be on. Surprised I've got a cabin light.
Unless it's somebody else, yeah.
I think we are on mod
Yeah.
check 55 if possible. Spare me 2 seconds.
Yeah, do you want to take the mic now and then I can focus on the camera then. Where's your mic?
I'll let Sam entertain the stream for a second.
Oh god, no. Nobody wants that.
Okay. Has anyone said 5-5?
No.
Yeah, Luke
Oh,
has.
is it? Yeah, sorry.
Welcome everyone.
I need glasses.
Welcome everyone, we're just getting set up. There's a decent view here, just bear with us for a couple of minutes. Entertain yourselves in the chat.
You running back to the car?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Welcome everyone.
Oh no, it's gone off.
Let us know who is tuned in today.
I can't operate if it's glove on.
And welcome to Airliners Live.
It's a question mark.
And what you are watching now, folks, is the second to last ever departure from Doncaster Sheffield Airport. Crazy, right?
It's quite sad.
So obviously it's very dark today. In fact, the moonlight is helping us out quite a bit today.
We're moaning about it because in fact, like we were talking about astrography and whatnot, but right now it's kind of a blessing.
Yeah. Let's have a look at the chat. Hello everyone. We got quite a few people already in the chat. Susie B's in there. Welcome to Donny, she says. Welcome. The Vulcan is still on site. Engines were spooled up a few days ago. St Abigail. That's awesome. With us today, my name's Andy. We got Sam to my left.
Hi.
We got Mrs. Airlines live.
Hello.
And Martin's just nipped back to the car for a moment, which I'll have to do as well. Briefly.
You just don't trust me VA on my own.
Yeah,
Girls takeover.
Yeah, go on. We'll have a girls' takeover.
See how long it lasts.
How long it is until we break something.
Right, I'm going to pull a chat up on mine as well. Bit of support coming through on the old YouTubes as well, so I'll read that out in a moment. And folks, if you could give the stream a share as well, that would be amazing. Ideally on like Twitter, Instagram, because, you know, although it's not the best view, it won't be the highest quality stream in the world, it won't be the most exciting stream in the world. There's not a lot of heavies due in today, I don't think. It will be obviously a very momentous occasion because, well, it's a very sad occasion. And
It's one for the history books.
yes, exactly. So for you guys to be tuned in for this live, we had to make the journey to see it. Doncaster's one of our neighbours, one of the closest airports to Manchester. And, you know, for us, it's a big deal, right? So I will request, though, for people in the chat, if you can keep the chat nice and positive today, the mods will be reminding you guys. I know there's a lot of politics, negativity, sadness, but at the end of the day, it is what it is. It's happened.
We're here to celebrate.
We're not going to change that on the stream today. No. Let's celebrate it. Let's celebrate the good times. We'll talk about Doncaster Airport and obviously the legacy that it leaves, and then we will go forward and watch the last 2 ever departures from Doncaster, which are both TUI flights, right?
Yeah, both TUI, both 737s. Making it nice and simple for us today.
Yeah, and the last one ever is bound, which is going to happen in about an hour's time. It's bound for Manchester. So
yeah, one's going to Birmingham and the other one's going to Manchester, so 2 of our neighbours.
So they're repositioning flights. And you can track the second one quite easily because they've given it quite a iconic call sign. Tom Jet. DSA 01 or 01 DSA, I think it is.
1 DSA, I think.
Yeah, 01 DSA. So Tango Oscar Mike, 01 Delta Sierra Alpha.
Brushing up on your phonetics there, my lovely.
Oh, yes.
Is it over there? If you can see where I'm pointing, that we still have the 727 oil spill.
Yeah, we'll have a quick tour. There's not a lot we can see because how dark it is, so obviously don't expect the world tonight, but...
It's a bit lit up. We can see in the chat who is not eating their carrots tonight.
Yeah, the camera certainly has not. Although I can bump up the shadows a bit. It just gets very noisy, so we can do that a little bit.
Shine my torch.
Yeah, Jenny has brought along with her today the sun. She pointed it up at the sky and it was pretty much like a laser. So I don't want to get told off today, Jenny, come on.
So Wayne Guns with a 20 months of business class. Thank you, Wayne. We also had Jake Danson with a 9 months of premium economy, saying 9 months already. Thank you, Jake. And we had Ian Wright with a 12 months of premium economy, saying I hope everyone you are well. Thank you, dude. We also had brand new VIP, Dylan's Simulations. Welcome to premium economy. I think you're a returning VIP, right? I think I remember that name. And we also have Ryan Gold 1813 with a £2 super chat. Thank you, dude. Appreciate it.
So this 737 that you're seeing now, that is going to Birmingham. It is the second to last aircraft to be leaving Doncaster tonight, and potentially for the foreseeable future, really.
Yeah, she's just taxiing to the start of the runway now. Obviously it's very dark here because it is pitch black on the airfield, minus the lights on the side of the terminal. So obviously the camera quality won't be amazing, but it is what it is.
Compromises are made to get the stream here tonight, so
Of course.
noise is one of them. You can just about see the tail there of the 727 oil spill tanker. Maybe have a little look at that in a moment.
354 Papa Runway, runway 20, backtracks available for the full length if you wish. Okay, and fire out 7 miles away from runway 20, and I don't know what you need, sir, but thank you very much. Sunday 354 Papa.
Sounds like your trousers.
Yeah, Martin coming from a mile away.
Yeah.
It's alright, how are we doing?
Good. Aircraft just lining up on the runway now.
Cheers, mate. Appreciate it, mate. So, yeah, perfect. Oh, you're even quite out of breath, guys. Just had to leg it back to the car. How are we all doing? Chat?
I'm going to be doing the takeoff. I just want to say thank you very much. Oh, it's amazing, get emotional. Thank you so much for everything that you guys have done for us, and wishing you all the best for the future. So thank you very much. 354 Papa, thanks very much. It's been an absolute pleasure working with you over the last few years, and wish you all the best too, and hopefully we get to do this again very much soon. Oh, I hope so too, and that's really kind of you to say. Thank you so much. Papa, runway 20, clear takeoff, wind 23008. Clear takeoff, 354 Papa.
There's the first schedule to your torch.
What have you just brought?
Those of you who do know this airport, we are all nice and cosy on the mound together. There's not a freezing human in sight. And for those of you just joining us, a very warm welcome to Airliners Live, a special broadcast this evening to bid farewell to the final aircraft to depart tonight, which coincidentally will be heading back to our home airport, Manchester, on a positioning flight. This TUI arrived about an hour ago in from Hurghada, wasn't it, I believe? Yes. But yes, this flew in from Hurghada, 738, and we'll be bringing you live coverage of the departure. The aircraft you can see on stand now. And Kevin D, thank you so much for the huge support this evening, mate. Hoping we can get some back into potentially reverse the fortune that seems to be on the cards here, but we'll keep our eye on it for sure. But obviously this evening we wanted to make sure we came down and showed our support. as a channel. If you're tuning in on Twitch, a very warm welcome. Obviously myself, Martin. Andy's just nipped back to the car. We got Mrs. Airliners live. And Sam with us as well. Hashtag InstaSam in the chat. You alright? You buzzing? You loving it?
Well, just don't.
InstaSam? Exclamation mark. How are you doing?
Blush in a minute.
And Steve, thanks so much for the 5 Airliners Live gifted memberships as well. Nice. Let us know if we're coming through okay, guys. We are obviously not shouting our heads off here, as we're not the only ones here this evening. Oh, still out of breath, me, running back to the car.
Well, at least you're nice and warm. Me and Jenny are freezing here.
Oh, take this coat off me. It's like, it's well too hot. I thought it was going to be really cold tonight.
I remember when you got that coat and you said how like warm it was for winter time.
It was really, really warm.
It should be even warmer now if they gone for a little jog.
Yes.
Yeah, it's probably got like 3 layers under that as well, though.
I do.
Andy's got his thermals on as well.
I've got thermal top on.
I opted to not have thermals on. I'm a winter baby. I can do this. And yeah, getting with my age, I've got Raynaud's in my feet and my hands are just frozen solid.
You need some of these gloves. These are actually
so why is this the last flight? Unfortunately, Doncaster is planned to close its doors, I'm afraid. So this is the last aircraft, I believe, to depart. And like I say, this came in from Hurghada. It arrived about 9:10 this evening, and it'll be taking the aircraft back to Manchester. Jane, thank you so much for your support as well. Saying put this towards what you need, guys. Well, I don't think we need another coat, Jane. Cause thank you so much. But how are we all doing, chat? I know this is a lot later than our usual schedule. But thanks for all of those who are tuning in. Really appreciate it.
Got a new first class member.
We have.
Malk Bateman, welcome to first class.
Cheers,
Thank
Malk.
you so much for your support.
And thanks so much for Dan saying, feeling sorry for the staff at DSA tonight. Wish them all the best and thank them for their service over the years. Yes, of course. I'm sure it's an emotional night for all the staff involved, as you heard on a broadcast. Just to be clear, it's not our scanner. There is other people here on the mound, but I'll be honest with you guys, I'm quite happy that there's a scanner on in the background, I'm not going to lie.
It was so nice to hear that, wasn't it?
Yes, and I'm sure there'll be a similar broadcast for the final departure. But Tony, thank you so much for supporting the channel as well, mate, with the 5 gifted memberships as well. Gifted memberships, Dawn, is just where you get 1 month's free trial of Airliners Live membership, and that's been gifted out by members of the community. But let us know in the chat what sort of viewer count we've got this evening. And ladies and gents, feel free to share the feed on Twitter as well, the usual suspects, Facebook, and in any Discords that you may be a part of. Let's get plenty of eyes on it, shall we? And hopefully do the best job we can.
We've got 1,200 in the YouTube chat at the moment. I can't see the Twitch chat though.
Cheers, everyone. It is due out about 1:15. I think on the old apps it was saying about 1:30, but we'll see. We'll just keep an eye on that.
Daniel Griffiths, welcome to first class.
Cheers, Daniel.
Support, Daniel. Gosh, these gloves are great. My fingertips are frozen.
Hold that, I'm going to have to take this coat off because I'm too hot.
Are you seriously warm?
I'm really hot.
Oh my gosh.
Give me all that.
Oh my God.
You're on the mic, Samantha.
I've got the mic.
Hold tight.
The iPad.
Break.
Do a rap for us, Sam.
No, I'm not rapping. I'll bite my tongue.
Paul Hughes, thank you for the £5 super chat.
Cheers, guys.
Don't knock everything with that giant coat now.
I know, I'll try not to.
I can't believe you're warm.
Feel the weight of it?
Martin's coat is now currently taking up about 50%
I know.
of the space that we currently have.
You can lean on that now. Be lovely.
Lean into it.
I'll have a quick look around the field, shall
I
I?
think you've bought your duvet, not your coat.
Oh, should I hold it? Oh, you've got the Twitch chat as well.
I went queue for about 40 minutes just for Uber back.
We'll do it check out and if there was someone in front of you, got a trolley to.
Yeah, Black Costco. Costco. Standing in queue for half hour to buy a £5 bag of sweets.
Oh,
Careful.
watch yourself.
We are currently standing on some very uneven ground. Slabs, ladders, tripods, everything's uneven, so...
Yeah, there's probably enough gear here to start a circus this evening. Isn't it? And there you can see the oil spill response aircraft. We actually saw this, well, not with the channel, but doing some test flights around the UK, and it went over Anglesey, I believe, sort of dropping water or whatever it is they test with. But yeah, that was quite cool to see. They make quite a noise as well when they go overhead.
It's still pretty cool to see, even though it's just standing there right now. It's a gorgeous aircraft, and
Yeah, it is
obviously
nice.
it's one that we don't see much anymore at all.
There he is.
He's returned with my camera. Yay.
I bring the camera.
You bring gifts. My hands are really full.
I'll shift
Thank
that.
you.
We'll take the camera.
Yes, I do want to take the camera. Thank you. You want that?
I can hold my phone, it's
I mean-
okay. Oh, if you, oh, sorry,
Cool.
you want to take pictures, yeah?
Yeah,
No
I'm
worries.
at least try and get the 77 or something, because I haven't got one of
How
them
much
yet.
battery is that?
So, 37%.
It was kind of on.
Right.
Oh, for God's sake, it does say no card.
Well, I've got a card.
I've got a card as well.
What is it with me and cards?
No, I can. Sorry, chat. We're just getting ourselves settled in here at the moment.
Yeah, welcome to Doncaster Airport, everyone. DSA, Doncaster Sheffield Airport, also known as Robin Hood Airport.
Yeah, it's quite nice actually seeing all the signs on the way in and
Yeah,
having a bit of a look around. But yeah, we've got the whole gang with us today. Himself, Martin, Andy, Sam, and Mrs. Airliners Live has come out for the ride as well.
yeah.
Squad goals.
Yeah, so obviously it's a bit of an impromptu stream this. We heard wind that this was going to be the last flight last week. We spoke to a couple of guys who work airside. I'll thank one in particular in a moment. But been getting a lot of info from them guys. And with it being such a...
Sam's got a machine gun, by the sounds of it.
I think it's got that high contrast mode on, you know, with the...
Oh, yeah,
extra
yeah,
shutter. Anyway, yes, we caught wind it was going to be the last flight, and with Doncaster being one of our neighbours, who sadly we never brought a show from here because obviously the traffic level is not quite as high as we would have liked. Although we would have loved to do a show one day. We considered it a few times when they had like the Antonovs in, but it was when we were working full time, and we just never was able to.
Yeah, unfortunately, we just never fit it in, did we?
Yeah.
Which is always the way, and we said the same when Flyby ended up retiring the first time round. We always found that we just wish we'd spent just a little bit more time trying to capture them. But here we are.
I think
We're glad we're here.
It's an example of like you can't take things for granted. You know, when you live so close to an airport that brings such amazing variety of aircraft.
Yeah.
I was speaking to Nikki, who's a photographer here, old channel friend as well. She was saying she's been going since she was a little girl, and you know, she's grown up now, and she says she actually prefers this to a lot of the bigger airports because of the variety you get here. So you'll get like a lot of wide body aircraft. You'll get obviously the freighters. You get all the usual aircraft you'll get, and obviously the 727s as well, which are based here, the oil spill response aircraft. I'm not sure about where they're going to go from now, but I'm sure that'll be agreed upon later down the line and announced. Yeah,
and a few of you saying you're keeping your fingers crossed that it may reopen. Of course, if it does, we'll be here to celebrate that as well. So, keeping our fingers crossed, guys. But as always on Airliners Live, although it is not the most positive of days, we do want to try and keep it positive in the chat. Try and treat it more of a celebration of the airport, really. So,
a homage.
Yes. So thank you everyone for tuning in on what is an impromptu stream. It's about an hour and a half's drive from us, or from me, I think.
So we're doing about 3 hours round trip, aren't we? So
but we wanted to make sure we were here, and we appreciate all of you who've tuned in at such a late evening to enjoy it with us. Kevin D, welcome back, 14 months executive club member, saying, I'll grab it, Jen. I'll give that to Jen to read out in a second. It's a sad day when an airport closes. I can't believe this is happening. It's just mental. I hope the UAE consortium maybe will come to the rescue. Fingers crossed. Yeah, there is still negotiations going on behind the scenes from what I've heard on the radio, but
There's nothing official.
there's nothing official out, and obviously we try and just make sure we're only putting things out that are at least factual as far as we know. But Mrs. Airliners Live, what have you got there?
Oh, sure, it's just... It's okay, you read it out, it's just because it's gone off screen.
Okay, Viv Butler. It is a stereo mic, it can hear you lovely and loud. Let's hope there'll be funds to be open in the future. Yes, we hope so as well, Viv.
Thank you, Viv. Appreciate it. Yeah. Appreciate the support today, by the way, guys. It does help out a lot. I mean, we do want to be covering, especially with this being the north of England and one of our neighbours.
Yeah.
I think it'd be very, very sad to just sit at home and allow this to happen without at least being here to see it. And actually when that went out that series, that was really emotional.
It was, wasn't it?
It's not even my kind of home airport, right? I sadly never flew out of here. And it's a shame because Doncaster actually won this year the Which Best Airport Award ahead of Liverpool, and I forget what was joint with Liverpool. Was it London City, I think?
We're going
We're
to cross the runway there. We are focusing on the aircraft on the apron, guys, but we'll pan it around every minute. We'll work around you, mate. Don't worry, you need to move. You're all good. Cheers, mate. But yes, quite a few people here to see this off this evening, which is great. John, have we shared something on Twitter, mate? I'm sure we have. If we have, if you guys can just head over to Twitter and just give it a share or whatever it is you do over there. I'm not a Twitterer, whatever it is.
Called a retweet.
Is it a retweet? There you go.
I am the same as you. I'm not a clue.
Yeah, I just switch off from Twitter. Yeah. But if you can head over there, guys, and
Yes, on Twitter.
just give that a share for us, we'd really appreciate that. Get as many people in there as possible. Welcome everyone tuning in on Twitch as well. Hope you guys are doing well. Hey up, Pinchy. Aircraft on the way in on the right hand side of us, apparently, according to chat. We'll keep an eye on that, guys. Thanks for the info. It's direct ahead, is it, on a base? Sorry, on its downwind, isn't it? And Kevin D, thank you so much, mate, for supporting the community this evening with the 10 gifted memberships, mate. Really appreciate that. Thank you, dude. You any idea where the 727s are relocating to?
Yeah, I did.
No.
Do you know?
Where the 727s are going?
Cardiff, I had.
Cardiff? There you go, chap. Potentially heading over to Cardiff.
I would have loved if you went to somewhere northwest.
Yes.
Like Liverpool or Harden or something. What is this on?
Police aircraft, I hear. Probably trying to find Mrs. Airliner's Live shining that torch up in the air.
It was so funny. Would you get in trouble for that?
Yeah, at an airport.
Can't prove it was me though.
Well, unfortunately, you've just broadcast that, so yes, they can.
Good point. Keep it quiet. We've got a good community. They'll look after me.
Yeah, no grasses.
We'll find you a good lawyer.
Yeah, we were trying to find our way onto the mound, and we thought it would be sensible to buy a torch. And I think Mrs. Airlines Live got a bit trigger happy with it and started shining it in all the wrong directions.
Right over the airfield. I don't really think.
Yeah, just keep an eye on that police aircraft on the
Yeah.
approach. It looks like it is coming in.
And Benji, welcome back, 2 months, business class member. Cheers, dude. Hashtag justice for Jen in a nutshell.
It's like
Deirdre Barlow.
it's like Free Loopy all over again.
Oh no,
Oh yeah, I remember that.
when Loopy got accidentally banned.
I think it was Owen Flemmer that one.
Why does that not surprise me? The Burger Man again. Well, thanks very much for tuning in, guys. Welcome to the stream on a late Friday evening. Hope you've all had a good week so far as you enter into the weekend. Let us know in the chat what you are going to be up to this weekend. Hopefully it includes watching the Super Sunday show. William Boyle, welcome back for 5 months. Appreciate it. Such a shame it's closing. It certainly is, mate. And Ami Man Travels for the 6 months as well. Thank you very much for tuning in, mate. Hope you had a great holiday. Police aircraft, yeah. Cheers, Ringway. It's been doing circuits over West Yorkshire, apparently, for the last 5 hours.
I'm just seeing all the shooting stars.
Hey Georgia, I hope you get better soon, Georgia Smith. Fingers crossed on that you're back home soon.
Justified. PC. Just got flying a plane above my house.
Tower, very good evening. Subject 1 Delta Sierra Alpha. Both 737 with Quebec 1015 is Subject 1 Delta Sierra Alpha, Doncaster. Good evening, cleared Manchester. Upton to Alpha, squawk 2222. Cleared by the Upton to Alpha departure, squawking 2222. Subject 1 Delta Sierra Alpha.
And
Delta Sierra Alpha, correct.
really nice call sign on that aircraft. DSA obviously referencing the shorthand for the airport itself.
Someone asking what happened to Vancouver. Wasn't it Henry's wife?
Yeah, Henry's wife's birthday. They're in Frankfurt, I believe, at the moment.
They should have done a show from there.
Yes.
Can imagine that.
I think he would have got
Some
away
people
with
like
that.
to take a break, you know.
Yeah, mine just jumped straight to, yeah, he could have done some
Just
work.
cart all the equipment with me.
Capone, yes, unfortunately it is, mate. There is still negotiations going on in the background, but at the moment this will be the last departure.
Yeah, Sam's got a bit of info about the airport, if you want to read it out.
Oh gosh, yeah. Give me a minute.
You can read that one paragraph and then see.
Really putting Sam on the spot, aren't
I
you?
know. Got me,
Well, I'll just jump in quickly and thank Jim C for the 249 super chat. Thank
Cheers,
you,
Jim. Appreciate that, mate.
Okay.
The aircraft has just
Saved
called
10
up for its clearance, so that'll be the first stage of its departure. It'll be putting its routing into the FMC. The clearance it requested there was its departure routing, and then the next stop for that will be requesting push and start. So that'll usually take 10 minutes, maybe 15, depending on the stage that they're at currently. So not long to wait, guys, before we see this depart. And when it does, let's fill the chat, as always, with Airliners Live hearts on the departure, guys. We have shared this across our social medias, and I'm sure we'll put together some sort of some sort of video next week to sum up the stream. But thanks everyone for being involved in the chat. We really appreciate it.
Yeah, if anyone in the chat has ever flown out of Doncaster or spotted here, let us know in the chat and let us know your favourite memory.
Yeah.
If you've flown out just once, maybe tell us how the experience was. Or if you've ever spotted here, maybe you've seen something special. Let us know.
Yes, this aircraft is, like I say, it's a bit of a fluke that it's actually heading back to Manchester.
Yeah.
It's a shame we're not on it. Would have got us back a little bit quicker than the old drive back, eh?
There's probably plenty of seats free, isn't there?
I think so.
Yeah. But I believe to have what they call civilians on board, they need to run a lot of sort of health and safety on that, including obviously having cabin crew on board.
Yeah,
things, so.
I've heard that before.
So
1.5k tuned in on YouTube. Welcome everybody.
Welcome. Yeah, make sure you give it a share. If obviously you've got family or friends who have flown out of the airport or are local to the airport, give the stream a share to them as well, because I don't want them to miss the opportunity to see this live.
Yeah.
The last ever departure potentially out of Doncaster Sheffield Airport, which is, well, for the foreseeable future, that is.
We'll zoom out a touch as well and show you the airfield, guys. You can see the aircraft, 2 aircraft just positioned, 737-800.
We've got Martin Firth back for 21 months of, I've just knocked it off, crew seat.
Welcome back, mate. Thank you so much. Andy saying the IL-62s and the Jordanian IL-76s were nice visitors. Yeah, I bet they were, mate.
Oh, I wish I'd seen them. The older Antonovs as well. I wish I'd seen them, because I've seen them flying over a few times and they were so loud.
Yeah.
You know. In picture there is the oil spill response 727. A couple of people have seen these flying overhead. I mean,
yes, I've caught them overhead a couple of times. They're very loud as well when they go over. But they were, I was saying earlier on, they were doing some training, and they did a few flights over Anglesey, where they kind of flew over and trained. I believe they just dropped water on the field, but it was quite a sight. There was a lot of pictures in the old groups about it.
I know, and I wish I could have seen them on the ground as well, flying around.
Got a £5 super chat from Carl Crawford. Said thank you for catching the last Chewy flight from DSA. Total respect to you all.
Cheers, mate. Thank you very much for supporting the channel.
Cheers, Carl.
Thanks,
Appreciate it.
Obviously DSA home to 2 airlines at the end of its life. Obviously TUI being one of them. The other one is Wizz Air. Would operate a lot of flights to the likes of like the Eastern Europe. I've personally never flown with Wizz Air, but they are not too bad of an airline. They are, I guess, like an ultra budget down there with like Ryanair pricing, and fly to a lot of far-flung Eastern European destinations from the likes of Doncaster. They also fly from Liverpool as well. They don't fly to Manchester. So, you know, they kind of pick up on them smaller regional or smaller airports, should I say, like Doncaster, Sheffield, like Liverpool. And then TUI is, you know, a much bigger airline, right, here in the UK anyway.
Guy's waving with the torches. I think he was in the chat as well, saying he was going to give us a wave. If we can pick him up, Andy, somewhere there.
Can I wave my torch back?
No, please don't.
Can you imagine?
You'll blind him.
Now you can see there's all the staff that are coming out to see the aircraft off. This was someone did let us know that this was going to happen, so yeah, I'm really glad we can bring you this this footage, guys. There you go. You can see next to the aircraft, Andy, shining his torch there. And cheers, Lizard, for the support on Twitch. Really appreciate it, guys. Obviously, we're not going to be putting too much emphasis on support this evening, But thank you so much for everyone who is sending in support to us. This aircraft repositioning back to Manchester. It's due out, Hugo. I did see your question in the chat. In the next 10 minutes or so. So I'd stick around for this, mate, because this is the aircraft that we've come to bring you coverage of today.
Yeah, so what you're seeing here is a lot of the staff who work at Doncaster Sheffield Airport have been invited onto the apron to wave this aircraft as it leaves the airport. So when the aircraft gets pushed back, it's going to be like a big wave. It's obviously going to be very emotional for them, and it's going to be the last sort of commercial airline to leave Doncaster for the foreseeable future, and maybe forever. We don't know.
We'll keep our fingers crossed, of course. Cheers, Lizard. That's really kind of you, mate. Crew are now boarding the aircraft, same plane spotting northwest.
Yeah, it's just outside.
Yeah, we can see that, I think, Andy. Just say that's perfect, mate. I'm not sure, Alex. I would assume so, mate, unfortunately, but I don't really want to speculate on that. I'm not 100% sure, dude, but I can only imagine if they're closing the airfield, yeah.
Yeah, we can only go on what's official, you know. So for the time being, we're going to just celebrate the history and the legacy of DSA.
Yeah.
Apologies, we've got flight delay. Would you mind seeing if you could delay our flight time for by 10 minutes, please? Yes, got 2T, yeah, that's not a problem. Thanks so much.
Evening, Melissa. Welcome. Yeah, the 10-minute delay was just on the Coast Guard aircraft there that was that requested its departure a short while ago. But there you go, an awesome shot there of all the staff as the stairs are brought away from the aircraft and the pushback truck brought towards it. If you're just tuning in, a very warm welcome. You're watching Airliners Live, bringing you live coverage of the final aircraft, final flight out of DSA, heading back to Manchester, a repositioning flight. This aircraft coming from Hurghada about 9:10 this evening, and this will be leaving for the final time back to Manchester, repositioning flight, and all the staff, or as many of the staff who can, coming out and seeing the aircraft off. We just wanted to make sure we came down and just brought some live coverage to the aviation community of today's events. Thank you everyone for tuning in at this time. If you are in the UK, hope you had a great week and wish you a really good weekend as well. We are quite fortunate today that there are some other spotters with us, and there are scanners on in the background as well, so you will pick up the communications between the aircraft and the tower, and I'm sure there will be some emotional communications as well.
Yes, have you got that thing that you wrote? Do you want to read it out?
Can do.
Owen seems made up with the Insta-Sam command.
Nice.
It's one of the last people I thought he'd appreciate that.
Yeah.
I got it all.
Yeah, that's right, Hinchley. Yeah, the staff just wanting to see the aircraft off. So we're just waiting. It did call for its clearance about 10 minutes ago, so it will be pushing back. But you will hear it request that before it happens. Beacon lights now on, which would signify it's going to be any second now.
Yeah, the beacon light, it's also known as the anti-collision light. It's obviously a warning to those around that the aircraft is going to move any minute now.
It's the Coast Guard.
Taxi Delta for checks, Golf and Delta. Delta for checks,
can read it out, and then if
Yeah,
obviously the ATC.
Yeah, I'll shut up if ATC chimes in. But yeah, I was just looking at the history of the airfield, and boy, it's a rabbit hole to say the least. I was there for absolutely hours just reading all about it. But if I do get anything wrong, please in the chat do correct me. It's always good to learn. But Doncaster basically opened its doors.
One Delta Sierra Alpha, push start approved information Romeo QNH 1015. Push start approved QNH 1015, complete 1 Delta Sierra.
There it goes. Pushback has been requested. We'll see it shift any second now then.
Time that right.
They couldn't time that any better, Sam, I'm afraid.
But anyway, yeah, Doncaster opened its doors to civil aviation in 2005. But before that, it was known as RAF Finningley between the years of 1915 and 1996, and it holds an absolute ton of history. It started history as a temporary airstrip in 1915 and was the home of the Royal Aircraft Factory BE-2 fighter biplanes. These were used to take down the German Zeppelins that would be approaching the UK from the east during the First World War. It was that year that this little airstrip became a Royal Flying Corps military airfield, and that was the beginning of RAF Finningley. Prior to the Second World War, the airstrip had a massive expansion in 1935, and this allowed it to play the role in the war to come. It had a variety of aircraft located here, and some of the aircraft it housed looked absolutely insane. Again, that was another rabbit hole it was for me, so you should really rewatch this later and look at some of the aircraft that I'm about to mention, because they look absolutely wacky. My personal favourite would be the Handley Page HP-52 bomber. The fuselage at the rear of the aircraft is so thin, it just looks absolutely nuts. There was also Avro Ansons that took refuge here under Finningley's hangars, and they were just a lovely looking aircraft. We had some more biplanes as well, a Vickers Wellesley, there's just absolutely tons. Manchester's came into here, followed by the Wellingtons. But if you do get time, do have a look at the
Yeah, it's
the
well
history.
worth looking into it, isn't it?
Honestly, it's all
really
interesting.
interesting,
Yeah, I was about to say, it's all interesting. Like I said, some of the aircraft that were housed here, absolutely crazy looking.
Oh, look at that. Lovely shot.
And she goes pushing back.
Yeah, you can just see the lights on there. Beautiful shot in the evening there. As this aircraft's pushed back for the final time. But make sure you fill the chat, ladies and gents, with Airliners Live hearts, and we'll let you enjoy this final departure. And we'll be listening in the background to any communications as well. And then we'll be back with you after the departure, which shouldn't be too much longer at all.
Ready clearance. Goes now 22 is ready to copy. Goes now 22 after departure, clear to leave control zone, own navigation southbound, climbing flight level 100 IFR and squawk 5001. After departure, clear to depart zone, southbound, climbing flight level 100 IFR with a squawk 5001. Coast Guard T2, correct time report ready.
So it looks like the Coast Guard aircraft is going to taxi out. Sam's going to go back balancing to hopefully get some banging pictures. Hey, you alright? Enjoy it.
All the staff there lined up in front of the aircraft, just off to the side, of course. They're probably going to wave the aircraft as it taxis past.
Yeah, we'll keep an eye on it, guys. But as we say, if we can just try and keep the chat as positive as possible. And the pushback truck there just moving away. And the next stop will be calling for taxi clearance. I'll foot this ladder for you as well, mate. I got you. But if you're just tuning in, you're watching live departure, the final commercial flight to leave Doncaster. TUI aircraft heading back to Manchester Airport on a positioning flight. Staff out on the apron to see it off as well. And
Delta 1 Delta Sierra Alpha taxi Alpha 7 runway 20 via Charlie and Alpha. Taxi 1 point Alpha 7 runway 20 via Charlie and Alpha. Taxi 1 Delta Sierra.
And there it is, requesting taxi clearance. And it looks like even the fire trucks are out to see the aircraft off, ladies and gents. We'll be quiet now and just bring you full coverage of this as it happens.
For line up, wait runway 20, you can backtrack if you wish. Okay, backtrack if you wish, and wait. Alpha 7, subject 1 Delta Sierra Alpha.
And for anyone after the reg of this aircraft, it's Golf Tango Alpha Whiskey Whiskey. Golf Tango Alpha Whiskey Whiskey on Tom 1 Delta Sierra Alpha. 7-year-old 737-800 from 2015.
Ready for departure, Delta. Cusco 22, taxi Alpha 7. Taxi Alpha 7, Cusco 22. Doncaster, on behalf of all of us at TUI, thank you for your support and being part of our team. Together we've delivered wonderful experiences to our customers
throughout the last 17 years. The runway and buildings form an airport, but it's the people here who really are its soul. Godspeed and tailwinds all the way. Thank you.
Tomjet 1 Delta Alpha, thanks very much for that from all of us up here in the tower, both past and present, and our colleagues in the fire section and in engineering and across the airport. It's been an absolute pleasure working with you these last 17 years, and I hope we get to do it all again very, very soon. You are clear to take off runway 20, the surface winds 240 degrees at 8 knots.
Runway 20, cleared takeoff. Tomjet 1 Delta Sierra off.
Alpha, our colleagues in radar pass on their best wishes as well. But instead of them, you can contact Scottish now, 133.8, all the best, and we'll see you down the road.
133.8, thanks again for everything and see you down the road. Tomjet 1 Delta Sierra.
And there you have it, guys, as it's handed off to Scottish Control on an extremely short flight back to Manchester, repositioning flight. Andy just following that all the way out as it makes the right hand turn on its departure. But really appreciate everyone involved in the chat this evening. I hope you enjoyed the coverage of this. But obviously we'll be keeping a close eye on this on the channel, and hopefully we can bring you some updates in a more positive light as soon as we can. What are you showing me?
It's number 1.
It is number 1 worldwide, yes. Tracked on flight radar.
It's quite emotional, wasn't it?
It was, yeah. It's really nice that they were able to get the staff out onto the apron as well, and hopefully they can look back at this once we've done a little bit of an edit of that, and can keep that memory as well. And obviously on behalf of everyone here at Airliners Live, we wish all the best to all of the staff.
Yeah, the Coast Guard aircraft going out, is it?
There is, yeah.
But that's it for now for commercial aviation, and yeah, I mean.
Coast Guard 22, runway 20, clear takeoff in 23007.
Runway 20, clear for takeoff.
What time is that?
Obviously it is pitch black as well, hence the dark conditions in the filming. The actual only light that's lighting up the aircraft is the moon at the moment.
Yes.
So no problem, Jonathan Cook. I'm actually, to be honest, I'm more just happy to be here.
Yeah.
Bring it to you guys is extra special.
It's Coast Guard off to Southend. Cheers, Finley. And there we have it. I think that will be our final departure for this evening's broadcast, guys. We've got a drive back to Manchester now.
Talking of which, somebody said if you drive really fast, you can catch it landing at Manchester.
Yes, I think we'd have to drive really fast to do that, mate. But again, just a massive thanks to everyone who did tune in this evening and shared this memory with us. We'll of course get some highlights up onto the social medias for you guys to share. But I think that pretty much wraps up proceedings this evening.
Yeah, a couple of people saying you're going to stay till the lights switch off, but I think with all the staff there, it's probably going to be a while, isn't it? You know?
Yeah, I don't think they're going to be doing that anytime soon, guys.
And we came here to catch the last departure.
Yes.
The last commercial flight, which was a TUI flight to, well, Manchester.
Coincidentally.
I assume that aircraft now, Whiskey is going to be based in Manchester, so I guess we'll see that on the shows.
Contact radar 26QT5, see you in the morning. The radar 1267122, I'll speak to you in the morning, going, just out 22.
And ladies and gents, thank you so much for tuning in. We'll wrap up the show there then and get back on the road. But thank you again for everyone tuning in. We've had a whole gang here this evening and we've been surrounded by some very friendly spotters as well.
Yeah, it's been great.
And
under the stars here at DSA.
I'm really glad it was a nice, dry, clear night. We were able to
could you
get a good
imagine?
view. When we were driving over, there was quite a bit of fog on the way over, and me and Jen were just a little bit worried
We went through rain, then fog.
if that would roll in or not.
We were just up in the hills. I think we were too high for fog.
Yeah. But there we go, ladies and gents, we'll be back live again for our usual Super Sunday show on Sunday at 10 o'clock. But from all the team here at Airliners Live, hope you have a great rest of your evening, a fantastic weekend, and we'll see you all bright and early Sunday morning, 10 a.m. for the Super Sunday show. Take care, guys, and ta-ra.